Sophia Miller was a 24-year-old newlywed from Chicago, deeply in love with her husband Daniel, who often promised her a life of adventure and happiness, and one day he surprised her with a plan to travel to St. Louis for a short getaway, which made Sophia feel excited and hopeful, believing this trip would bring them closer, and at first everything seemed perfect as they checked into a beautiful downtown hotel, had candlelight dinners, laughed together, and admired the glowing city skyline from their window. But soon cracks began to appear when Sophia noticed Daniel stepping out late at night, whispering into his phone, and returning with vague excuses that never made sense, which made her uneasy enough to write in her diary that something was not right and that she felt Daniel was hiding something. And on the third day, everything changed when hotel staff realized Sophia hadn't come out of her room, and later her body was discovered in a quiet alley near the hotel, leaving the city shaken and the media running headlines about the mysterious death of a young bride, while Daniel pretended to be devastated, telling police she went for a walk alone and never returned. But detectives were not convinced and began digging deeper, soon uncovering chilling CCTV footage showing Sophia leaving the hotel late at night with Daniel, but only Daniel coming back. And the investigation took a darker turn when they discovered Daniel had secretly taken out a large life insurance policy on Sophia just weeks before the trip, a shocking clue that pointed to motive, and as detectives pushed harder, they also found secret text messages between Daniel and another woman, with messages like, "Once it's done, we'll finally be together," making it clear that Sophia's death was no accident but a carefully planned betrayal. And when confronted with the evidence, Daniel eventually broke down, admitting that the trip to St. Louis was never about romance but a trap for money and a new life with his secret lover. And while he was arrested and justice was served, the haunting story of Sophia's tragic end continued to spread, leaving people with one painful question echoing in their minds: how well do we really know the person we trust with our life? After Sophia's shocking death in St. Louis, the investigation shook not only her family but also the entire community, and detectives began piecing together her last hours in the hotel, interviewing staff who remembered seeing her and Daniel arguing quietly in the lobby the night before, raising suspicions that their marriage was not as perfect as it seemed. And as police dug through Sophia's belongings, they found her diary, where her final entry read, "If something happens to me, I hope the truth comes out," a chilling note that sent shivers through everyone who read it. And when detectives confronted Daniel with the diary, he insisted it meant nothing, but his nervous behavior and inconsistent answers only deepened suspicions, while media coverage painted him as the grieving husband on one side and a cold-hearted suspect on the other. And the case took a shocking twist when investigators traced the mysterious late-night phone calls Daniel made during the trip to a woman living in another city, a woman who admitted to being in a secret relationship with him for over a year, and she revealed how Daniel often spoke about feeling trapped in his marriage and hinted at starting a new life with her. But what stunned detectives most was when she confessed Daniel told her, "After this trip, everything will change forever." And now, with mounting evidence, the picture became clearer. This was not a random tragedy but a carefully planned crime, yet detectives still lacked the final piece of proof tying Daniel directly to Sophia's death, leaving viewers on edge, wondering if justice would truly be served or if Daniel would somehow escape the punishment he deserved. As the investigation pressed forward, detectives focused on Daniel's double life, and the evidence against him kept piling up, but still the defense claimed there was no direct proof tying him to Sophia's death, which created tension in the courtroom and frustration among Sophia's grieving family. And while searching deeper into Daniel's financial records, police uncovered that he was drowning in debt, with credit card bills, hidden loans, and failed business ventures, making the life insurance policy on Sophia worth over $500,000 look like his only way out. And the diary entries Sophia left behind became haunting pieces of evidence, each line painting a picture of a woman who felt watched, betrayed, and unsafe, yet still holding on to hope that her marriage could be saved. And then came the shocking discovery of new CCTV footage from a gas station near the hotel showing Daniel's car parked for nearly an hour in the middle of the night, with grainy images of him dragging something heavy from the trunk, which prosecutors argued was the moment he disposed of evidence. Though the defense fought to claim the video was unclear, but what truly shattered Daniel's story was when a hotel employee came forward and confessed they saw Daniel return alone at dawn, sweaty, pale, and shaking, trying to bribe the staff into silence. And while detectives now had enough circumstantial evidence to push for a conviction, the suspense deepened because Daniel himself remained cold and emotionless, insisting on his innocence, leaving the jury and the public torn between believing his performance as a grieving husband or the mountain of clues pointing to a calculated betrayal that cost Sophia her life. The final chapter of Sophia Miller's case unfolded in a packed courtroom where the truth could no longer be hidden, and as prosecutors laid out every piece of evidence, the secret life insurance policy, the phone records to his lover, the CCTV footage showing only Daniel returning to the hotel, and the testimony of the hotel staff who revealed his bribe attempt, the puzzle became clear. And the haunting diary entries Sophia left behind gave the jury a glimpse into her fear and suspicion in those final days, making the tragedy even more heartbreaking. And when Daniel's secret lover was called to the stand, she broke down, confessing that Daniel had promised her a new life and money once everything was taken care of, exposing his cold and calculated plan in front of the world. And for the first time, Daniel's mask slipped, his calm expression replaced by anger as he realized the woman he trusted most in his scheme had just betrayed him in court. And after weeks of suspense, the jury finally delivered their verdict, guilty of first-degree murder, a decision that sent shockwaves through the courtroom and brought tears to Sophia's family, who clutched her diary as if it were her final voice from beyond. And as Daniel was led away in handcuffs with no chance of freedom, the haunting question remained for everyone watching the case unfold: how a man who once promised love could turn it into betrayal for money and desire. And Sophia's story became a chilling reminder that sometimes the greatest danger comes not from strangers in the dark, but from the very person we trust with our life, leaving the world to wonder, do we ever truly know the ones we love?